Hey, everybody. Welcome back. So you may remember a few weeks back, our friend Steve sent us a video of a handling session with a pied retic. It was a little bit bitey, a little bit defensive, and wanted to talk about some techniques to maybe make him easier to handle. You may remember this was the thumbnail for the video. I'll go ahead and put this in the end screen too so that you guys can check this out. But we got an update. So I thought there may be some other folks that are going through something similar. This would be a good thing to show and talk about, stuff like that. So we're going to look at a little bit of progress with this pied retic today on Intrepid Exotics. Whether you're a lifelong keeper or just getting started, help us encourage responsible keeping, conservation, and public education in the interest of keeping our reptiles safe and healthy as we protect them for future generations. You're invited to spend time with us as we experience these awesome animals together on Intrepid Exotics. So there's a couple cool things at play here. I've got the video up. I'm going to go ahead and put that up in just a second. But one thing that you'll find, especially if you've got an animal that is really reclusive, likes to stay in its hide a lot, depending on how the hide's set up and everything, and I've got this same problem with my Sri Lankan python. When he decides to go into his hide, I'm pretty much guaranteed that he's going to start striking at me when I start pulling that hide off of him. Probably more often than not. Not every snake is going to do that. There's some of them that are really chill, but some of them, if they're a little bit edgy, and that's one of the things that we'll see here too. But what we had first starting off, was a lot of overuse of the hook when we first started working with this animal, and just being really hesitant to work through those strikes. This one right here shows pretty well kind of how you progress through that stuff and working through. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up and play this for you guys so you can kind of see the update here.
What's up, Tim? Just figured I'd send you a little update on Zuko, so you can kind of see what's changed or what's not. He might be pissed off because he's hiding in his big hide, but we'll see what happens.
Plus he's in blue too, so that doesn't help.
He ain't popped out yet, so that's good. Hey, buddy.
It's the only thing about some of those hides, if they're not really easy to take off of them pretty quickly, then it kind of prolongs that whole initial anxiety the snake's going through. A little bit better chance of giving them enough time to get irritated enough to take a swing at you.
Let go.
Oh, he's actually wrapped around it. It says out the middle.
Let go.
You don't want to leave his house.
More. Oh, man.
See, that's exactly what I was talking about, man. My Sri Lankan, like I said, did that same thing to me Saturday on a live when I went to take him out. Took me a little while to get the hide off of him. As soon as I did, he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" Took a swing at me. But for those of you guys that watched the first video, you'll see a distinct difference here and how he works through this.
What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy?
Yep.
Nice.
Still a little standoffish and gun shy about the face. So I backed this up a little bit. Want to look at something that's really cool to see, and that is he's getting really good. And you can see he's got other bigger snakes down there. So it's not an issue of working with bigger snakes. This particular one has got a penchant for taking a swing at him that the other ones don't have. So of course, if you think your snake's going to get you, it's gonna make you a little gun shy. But what he does is just like we talk about, really minimal hook work. And once he gets all he's trying to do right now with that hook is just to get that snake either moving away or just kind of using it to block his head a little bit, since he's already swinging, and not wasting any time, just reaching in, getting a hold of him and throwing the hook away, which is really good. That's what you got to do. And then as soon as he starts handling like that, if you watch this, like I say, he gets a little worried about his face getting close to his like that. Now, the only real critique I've got here is you just, you get their tail unhooked from the enclosure. You start to move them away from the enclosure a little bit quicker than that. You can see how, back here, the snake starts to move towards him a little bit, and he's backing up. That's one of those times where what I'll do pretty frequently, if I'm working with a snake that I might be a little hesitant working with, is as soon as they start coming towards me like that, I start rotating with them and kind of break their focus instead of just moving them away. Because in all reality, you're not going to be able to extend your hands far enough to get them out of strike range anyway. So if they are intent on striking at you, stretching your arms out that extra foot is typically not going to make a whole lot of difference. They're still gonna be able to tag you, unless you've got a really tight control up there close to their head. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like I said, just using that hook just enough to try and move the head. When it didn't work, he was like, okay, well, I'm just going to block the head a little bit with it and take it out. Went really smooth, went a lot smoother than last time. And like I said, the only other critique that I would really have is pulling them completely out as soon as you can, so that you can kind of manage that hesitation with them being in your face, with like turning and breaking their focus more. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Like I said, I'll go ahead and link the original video in the end screen. You'll see a really distinct difference in handling between the first time and the second time, which is really cool to see. And I've got a couple other ones that'll be coming out here pretty soon too. We're kind of in the process of working through with some other folks, so kind of see what the timeline ends up being on those. But hope that helped you guys, and don't forget, get subscribed to the channel, all that cool stuff, and we'll see you guys next time on Intrepid Exotics.